get the new values, right? Perfect. So this is what we have seen yesterday. In today's topic, we are going to see lookup. Lookup is equivalent to your find, search, whatever you call it as. VLookup, vertical lookup, horizontal lookup, HLookup, and if time permits, password settings, locking, range of cells, etc. These are all some of the things that we are planning to see in today's topic. We will also, tomorrow's class will be introducing to macro, right? That is what we'll see in tomorrow's session most probably, provided we complete all this today. Any queries till yesterday's session? You can put it in the questionnaire. We can see it as we go as well. Fine. I'll open the Excel sheet. Let me start with lookup. I've opened an Excel sheet. So Excel sheet is now visible to you all. So what I'm trying to do here is, we are into lookup now. So lookup, as we all know, I'm trying to look up a value somewhere. So as usual, I say name, amount, A, B, C, D, E. Amount is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, etc. I like to now look up for a value. What is the value of C? What is the value of C? I would like to see over here. So value of, so whatever the parameter that I give here, that is C here, value of C I like to look up. I like to look up over here. So value of C is equals lookup a value either from one row or one column range or from an array. So lookup value. So this is my lookup value. Lookup vector. This is my lookup vector. This is the range. So, and then from where you want to retrieve the result, I want to retrieve the result from this. This is what we mean by lookup. So you can see here now, the lookup value is 300. If I put here A, you get 100. If I put D, I get 400. If I put E, I get 500. If I put values that is not available, you can see now it is retrieving the last value, right? So G 500. So it retrieves the last value. If I put A 100, H is 500. The nearest value he will look for, right? So here what we have done now, so this is the value that we are trying to look up from, and this is the formula we have applied. To apply the formula, again redo the formula. Lookup first, lookup is the formula name, followed by lookup value. Lookup value is this, A is my lookup value, A or B, whatever I type there. So I am using a parameter now, followed by lookup vector, from where you want to get the data from. From this set of data, I look for this value A. I am looking from this set of data, I am looking for the value what I have defined in D8. Followed by result vector, from where you want to take the result. I want to take the result from this. Right? From this, I like to retrieve the result. That is the matching row, I will retrieve the value. If I put C here, I get 300. So this is what the lookup value is. This is the way you manage the lookup value. What if there are multiple values A or B? That is, we go into a different, that is called, if you have A or B, there are two values here. Say for example, this is also C, right? He will take the last value. He will not take the first value. Right? So he will take the value that is Another important thing on the lookup is you have to sort. Sorting is very important in whenever you are doing a lookup. For example, generally this is not allowed. When I am doing a lookup, this is not allowed. If I put C here or say A here, I will get a not applicable value. The reason is the value has to be sorted. That is very important. Without sorting, you cannot do a lookup. So I need to sort the value. That is very, very important. So lookup always works with the sorting. So I need to sort the value. My data has a header, yes, name, I sort the value. Once I sort the value, you can see now 200 is appearing. Right? Now if I have a 2 C's, so it is taking now, I put a C here, he is now taking the highest value. He is not going to the lowest value. He is going to the highest value. Sorting is important. Without sorting, he will not work. So when I give B, he is taking the lowest of the B, that is A. Nearer to the B is A, so he takes that A's value. If I put F, he takes the E value. E value is 400. The nearest to that value he will take. If I put D1, right, I take 500 because the nearest to the D1 is D. So if I want exact value, then what I need to do here is I need to apply true or a false. So if I put true, true is not applicable for this. So it will take up the nearest value, that's all. So if I want to do multiple, the next important topic that we are going to do is vertical lookup. Vertical lookup is for multiple values. I will show you how to do it. So is there any clarification as of now? This is about lookup, simple lookup, getting the lookup value nearest to lookup value for the value that we define. Right? So lookup value, summarizing the lookup value, all lookup values require a sorting. So the value that you want to do a lookup search, that search guy should have, right? When I say search guy is the lookup value guy. The lookup value guy should be sorted. It should have been sorted. Without sorting, it will not work properly. It will work, it might misbehave. Sorting is a mandatory thing for a lookup. You can take a note of this. All lookups should have a starting. What is the use of this function? It is equivalent to search. When I do a vertical lookup, you will understand more about this function. Right? For current being, I want to know the value of this D. I can get the value of D, that is 500 over here. I don't have to look for anything else. So next we are going into VLookup. I'll say here lookup. Now this I am going it as a VLookup. VLookup I'll use two column names. So VLookup I have here, let us take it as item. I take it as a price. This is my item and price. Item master, we generally call it in a most of you must be aware of, there is called item master. All the product that I sell, I keep it over here. Right? I'll put here now some items A, item A, item B, item C. Price is 10, 20, 100. This is my price of the item. Please note it is already sorted. The items are sorted. Now I want here, and this is right, I'll assume that this is my invoice, right? Invoice, this is my sale item, price of the sale item, quantity, value of the item. So value of the item is always, we know it is a product of price and the quantity. So right now it is C. So item B, I want now quantity is 100. So what is the value of? So I want the price to come from the master. Please note this will be on different sheet altogether. Right now I am doing it onto the same sheet, right? Next I will do it on a different sheet, do the same thing so that you can understand better. Items can be thousands of items you may be having. So you may have a thousands of items in the list. Right now I am doing it with 3 items so that it is easy for us to understand. Right? So I have now 3 items. I like to sell the item of B. I want to get the price of this item. I like to get the price of this item from here, from this. I don't know where the B is. B is can be in the below or wherever it is. So to get that item, I am going to use vertical lookup. VLookup, right? VLookup, identify now lookup value. Lookup value is now B. B is my lookup value. Table array. Table array is this. The entire thing I am marking it off. Up to this I am marking it off. That is my table array. Column index. So I count the column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh column value I need to take the value. Right? Then true or false. Circular reference. Okay. What I'll do here is I'll keep this master over here. I'll delete this, move it to the left. Right, so move it to the left. I like to price this. So here VLookup, right? Lookup value is this B. From where you want to look up this value? I want to look up this value from here. Right, from here I like to look up the value. Column is 2. So I am now, if I put A here, you get 10 here. If I put B here, I get 20 here. If I put C here, I get 100 here. So I can add, I can copy this lookup to multiple columns as well. Right? If I put A here, automatically, when I am doing a copy, I should ensure that it is A3 to A3, E2, E2 to F4. Here it has become E3 to F5. So I have to make it here now. E2 is the static. F is static. So now I copy this. You can see now 10 is appearing because of the static nature. So if I put say B again, I get 20. C again, I get 100. So I can keep on adding the records, right? Automatically the value is coming from, this is what we call it as a master. So the price of these 3 items can come into this record as soon as I add this. So VLookup has comparison of 2 huge tables. I have a table 1, I have a table 2, and I want to know what is the value in this table 1 and table 2. Is the values are same or not? I can use all this. So VLookup is a very, very useful candidate in a database applications, right? To especially compare 2 different values, 2 different database records to ensure that the record is same. So what is the column 2 in the formula? So here, if I'll do it again for your understanding. I'll delete all this just for your understanding. When I do a lookup here, this is my, I said this is my master, right? So this master is my search criterias are there. This is the item to be searched. This item to be searched over here. That is what I like to do. This is the item I like to search. So this is the item I like to search. I have just entered up to H column, and I have entered up to H column. I hope you are able to see it. Here, this is the item to be searched. Where I have to search it in E and F column. So E is the first column, F is the second column. So if I do that, I want the value of that column to be appear in the B. So now I am doing equals VLookup. A lot of people doesn't know VLookup, because of that they complicate Excel sheet, especially when I want to do comparison of two different files with whether the values are same in the two files or not. VLookup is very helpful component. So I am doing a VLookup now, vertical lookup, lookup value. Which value you want to look up? I want to look up C. Where you want to look up the C? In which array or range you want to look up for C? I want to look up C in this E and F. So I have to block the entire range over here. This is my table array where I am going to lock. In this table array, the column 1 is my 1. This is item is my column 1. Price is my column 2. The value that I want to take it from is price. So that is why I am putting a price over here. Okay, let me do this first. Next, followed by, what is the column index? Which value you want to take? I want to take F value. That is nothing but a 2. So that is row F I want to take. Row F is in this table array, it is a second column. Right? So how do you want to take? Is it exact match or is it equivalent match? Nearest equivalent to. So I want the exact match. Then I have to do now false. False means exact match. True means approximate match. Please note here, true means it is approximate match. False means exact match. So I put a false here. That means it's an exact match. So even if it is not nearer, it will not match the value. So now assume that I have a discount here. I have one more called discount. I say for all I will apply 10%, 5%. For each item the discount varies. Assume in that way. Right? Assume that the discount varies for each of the item that we select. For each of the item discount varies. I like to now introduce a discount. I am inserting a row now. Please note. I am inserting a row. So when I insert a row, this guy F2 to G9, automatically he has F and G, he has taken now. Right? He has automatically moved that line. So I put the quantity now. I drag and drop this quantity to the next line. I apply now discount. I get the discount here. So I apply the discount to the formula. So a formula is now price, or I'd say call it as quantity, into price minus, right, price minus discount, price into discount, price into discount. It is in percentage, so I don't have to worry about. So I call it is here. So it is now reference because you don't have a value over C. Oh, it is a formula is having a problem. So because I need to put additional bracket here, D3 into V3 minus something. So discount is 0. That's fine. Now I like to now get the price and discount over here. So what I need to do now? So first is I need to redo the lookup because I have changed the value. Lookup, VLookup. So which value I want to look up for C, where I want to look up for table array. Now I have all the three columns mapped. What is the price column? It is 2, right? So it is false. Exact match I need. What is for discount now? VLookup C table array. I have selected the table array. I am including the discount column H column. Now the column index is 3, right? And false. Very important, this approximate value. So now you can see here into quantity into, so 9800. This is my formula. So if I copy this to all, right, I copy this to all, automatically one important thing when I am doing a copy is the dollar symbol, because this 2 and 9 is a static guide. 2 and H9 is a static guide. So I have to be careful on this. This range I cannot change it. If you see the formula below, that is when it is copied here, it is copied from F3 to H10. Here it is F4 to H11. You can see that it has been changed. The values are changed. So I have to make sure that it is properly copied. So I put it over here. Now you can see the value applying the discount. I change here to H, automatically the value of price will change. If I change it to G, automatically the value of G is changed. The price is changed now. You can notice now percentage is also changed. Right? So D here, value is changed, percentage is changed. I put it B here, value is changed, percentage is changed. So automatically I can get the price from the master. I can do that as well. Very simple, very easy, but very effective tool. So this is my master. From this master, I am choosing my price and discount. So I will